to SVG-TV News for Thursday, July 17th, 2025. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Two persons were injured earlier today following the partial collapse of a building at Rose Place in Kingston around 10:30 a.m. The building, which is currently under construction, previously housed the Magic Clean Laundry. The incident occurred in full view of several bystanders who were gathered just across from the site. SVG-TV News spoke with two eyewitnesses, fisherman Winsbert Harry and former resident of Rose Place, Carlos Dishong. According to them, two workers fell from the first floor of the structure when part of it gave way.
Going through my routine in Rose Place, where I conduct my fishing operation from, we were here on the corner. We just see a big loud noise. We see two persons come through the decking. They were rushed to the mental care hospital just a few yards away. I'm praying that they are okay and they are fine. But what transpired here this morning could have been more worse than it is, because normally with the fisher folks and residents of the area, since everyone was relocated to Lomans and Lomans Bay, the persons that remain in Rose Place, we congregate, we sit down underneath that building there, we lime, we hang out, we do what is community spirit. It could have been, this could have come down on anyone.
It could have been me, but the good Lord ain't ready for me yet. I don't shoot past me through Stone 10. I mean, when you're living up there once upon a time before the building sell. They will custom sit down, morning and evening.
Harry, a former Rose Place fisherman, raised concerns about the safety of the building. He recalled that during the port modernization consultations, residents were told that new construction would be prohibited in the area due to its close proximity to the new port development. However, he questioned why construction was still allowed on the site.
But one of the concerns we really had is that due to the development of the port modernization project, I think every resident was told that they will not be given any permission to do any renovation, any upgrade, and any building for the next 3 to 4 years of the conclusion of the port project. But what we noticed about a year ago, things we were asking ourselves, how planning approve this building to work. We don't know why is the fine print who give the okay for the approval. But what we are seeing this morning is that the whole building come down. They are putting on a 2-story upstairs and downstairs on the top. The building is cracking up. Every time there is any hard construction work with the port, the building shake, you see certain things drop off the building. So we witness that every day because it's here with it. And persons are calling for better assessment for this building because we do not want to see if this building continue to see the building come right down. So we are asking for course the relevant authorities to come in and look into this.
It was also noted that just 3 weeks ago, the lower floor of the same building caught fire. The fire service responded to the scene and Vilnic workers later removed the meter from the premises. The building is said to be owned by Vanzu, which confirmed today's incident and said in a statement that as it gathers information, it will work closely with the relevant parties to determine the cause of the incident and will provide further updates as soon as more details become available. In other local news now, we hear that Minister of Tourism Carlos James says his ministry will be capitalizing on the month-long emancipation activities in August to further promote and market St. Vincent and the Grenadines tourism product. Of particular interest, he noted, is the upcoming Emancipation Cricket Festival, which has already drawn attention from international cricketers and tourism partners.
This festival is a celebration and an opportunity for us to showcase our cultural pride. And of course, is a perfect marketing tool for our tourism. So far, we have had communication from media outlets in the United Kingdom, throughout the Caribbean region, and even as far as South Africa and the United States, all who have expressed a keen interest in finding out about this event and covering the activity. And it aligns with a vision, and our vision, to position St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a premier cultural, sporting tourism destination in the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, in an effort to revitalize cricket among the youth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the government will be injecting funding into the sport. This was announced by Minister James during the recent launch of Emancipation Month activities and the Emancipation Cricket Festival on Tuesday. Minister James stated that in addition to direct government support, proceeds from the festival will also be allocated to youth cricket development initiatives.
The funds generated at the gate for this event, a minor contribution in some instances of $10, will be donated to the revitalization of youth cricket and youth development across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And this government will pledge a commitment to invest further in the development of youth cricket in our schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across our communities. Through this initiative, we are creating a platform to build the next generation of sporting and cultural talents, energizing our communities and putting the spotlight on our unique identity as Vincentian people.
The move is part of a broader effort to promote sports as a tool for youth engagement and national pride, particularly during the Emancipation Month celebrations. The Cricket Festival will feature 5 legendary cricketers who were part of the first international test match held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines nearly 60 years ago. The matches are scheduled to take place from July 31st to August 3rd, 2025. St. Vincent and the Grenadines' second generation SVG-2G, a High Wycombe-based arts and heritage charity, has been awarded the King's Award for Voluntary Service, carves the highest recognition given to local volunteer groups across the UK, equivalent to an MBE. The award celebrates outstanding contributions made by voluntary organizations in their communities. SVG-2G is one of 281 local charities, social enterprises and voluntary groups recognized with the prestigious award in 2024. Now in its second year under His Majesty King Charles, the award continues the legacy first established by Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth in 2002. The award was formally acknowledged at a celebratory event held in High Wycombe on Saturday, July 12th, where it was also announced that the Countess Howard H.M. Lord Lieutenant of Buckinghamshire has become a patron of SVG-2G. The Countess Howard praised the charity's long-standing commitment to cultural education and community engagement, stating working with hundreds of young people as well as adults and families, SVG-2G delivers a range of innovative and creative combined arts projects, providing people of all backgrounds with an invaluable educational, creative and cultural experience, which has real significance and impact. The dedication of its team of community volunteers has transformed the lives of many across the generations. It has fostered a vitally important connection between diverse ethnic groups and, crucially, has at the same time enabled people feel more connected with their heritage on court. The event was also attended by the Right Honorable the Earl Howie, the High Commissioner of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Chairman of Buckinghamshire Council, Mayor of High Wycombe and the Wycombe MP. SVG-2G, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' second generation, empowers diverse communities through cultural arts and heritage programs rooted in African and Caribbean traditions. Its initiatives include the School of Steel Pan, the Wycombe Steel Orchestra, carnival arts programs, and pioneering heritage education projects that promote intergenerational learning, social inclusion, and well-being. Now we hear that police are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of an adult male found in Mount Pleasant, Mesopotamia on Saturday, July 12, 2025. In news release from the SVG-PF cells, police were alerted by a member of the community of the discovery of a male body in a yard outside a home in Mount Pleasant. Upon further investigation, the body was identified as Darwin Thomas, a 69-year-old resident of the same address. He had what appeared to be an injury to the back of his head. The district medical officer attended the scene and pronounced Thomas deceased. A post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. The police say investigation is ongoing and urge anyone with relevant information to contact the police emergency numbers at 999-911, police control at 1784-45-71211, the criminal investigations department or the major crimes unit, a telephone number 1784-45-61810, or the Mesopotamia police station at 1784-45-85229. Petty crimes are reportedly on the rise in the Central Division, which includes several communities in and around the Kingston area. This concern was raised by Inspector Neil Jack during an appearance on WFM Cop Track program, discussing the topic from the frontline policing the Central Division.
Okay, I can just give you a general idea of reported petty offenses between last year and this year. For the year 2024, we had a total of 194 petty offenses reported at the Central Police Station. For this year so far, we have 98. For the same period last year, we had 76. So we can say there has been an increase of 22 petty offenses.
Inspector Jack pointed out that two major obstacles hindering the effective policing of these crimes are limited transportation and a shortage of manpower. These limitations, he said, impact the ability of officers to respond quickly and efficiently to incidents.
Yes, transportation can be a challenge at some time, because we do investigate these petty offenses. Once they are reported, we have to investigate them. And transportation at times, sometimes even with manpower, because we're not only into investigation, but thinking about the preventative part, patrolling the street of Kingston. Sometimes the manpower is not there, and these are some of the challenges we can encounter.
Okay. In addition to these operational challenges, Corporal Marcus John, who also appeared on the program, emphasized the difficulty officers face in building strong relationship with the public. He explained that the lack of trust and cooperation from community members often prevents officers from obtaining crucial information, ultimately hampering their ability to solve crimes.
Some of the challenges that we face in our division, you see, information from the public. This is one of the biggest challenge. Sometimes the public, they will say they're not safe, giving the police information, they're scared for their life, and the police is not dealing with information confidentially. So this is one point that we have to work on. We have to build a bond with the public to get the information from them. So that will help us to solve the crimes and move properly. And, building a good relationship with the public is very good for the police. It's good.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines' first biannual transparency report, the BTR1 and third National Communication TNC project, will be launched on Monday, July 21st, 2025 at 9 a.m. at the UWI Global Campus. The BTR1 TNC is a comprehensive climate report that will document the state's greenhouse gas emissions progress towards achieving its nationally determined contributions, climate adaptation efforts, and support needs. It is expected to serve as a roadmap for accessing international climate finance and technical assistance while guiding national climate policy for years to come. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines views the initiative as essential for building a more resilient future and contributing meaningfully to global climate action. The project is being implemented with technical support from the United Nations Environment Program and funding from the Global Environment Facility. The initiative service coordinated by the Sustainable Development Unit. Under the Paris Agreement, all parties are required to submit BTRS every 2 years, with the first submission due by December 31st, 2024. However, small island developing states, SIDS, and least developed countries have the flexibility to submit this information at their discretion, recognizing their unique national circumstances and capacity constraints. The BTR helps nations demonstrate their climate efforts and access international funding for projects that protect communities and build resilience against climate impacts such as hurricanes, flooding, and sea level rise. Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, Carlos James, will deliver the keynote address at the launch on Monday, which will also feature welcome remarks from the Director of Sustainable Development Unit, an overview of the project by the National Project Technical Coordinator, and remarks from training collaborators. Immediately following the media launch, a critical workshop will take place from the 21st to the 24th of July to strengthen the nation's ability to track climate progress and secure international support for resilience building. The workshop accelerating the biannual transparency report and third national communication preparation strengthening climate transparency in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is expected to bring together government officials, technical experts, and sector leaders. And that brings us to the end of our local news from the region. When we return, stay with us.